everybody heard that Coco Jones track drop. It's called Taste. And the girls was just like, oh, I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry. Oh, I'm not hungry. Hello, you guys. Welcome back to the Cake Radio Show. I'm the CakeDive, and I hope y'all are doing well. It has been like 15 decades since I recorded the episode. Last time I recorded an episode posted out here was when I talked about Companion, and y'all did not stream that stuff, even though y'all was saying that y'all wanted movie content. So we'll give it y'all. But no, we're back. I also took a break because I was like, oh, I need to work on the Red Velvet project for my Cake Dive channel. And it's been a minute, it's been a journey, but we've made some pretty good progress for me to decide it's time for me to come back to the Cake Radio Show. We got to turn the radio on, baby. And there's a lot of topics I feel like I wanted to talk about, but I missed. And one of the big ones I wanted to talk about was, taste dropping. Coco Jones is the girl. Everybody remembers Coco Jones from like the Disney stuff, but a lot of people saw her appeal with music when she released her EP, her studio EP, What Did I Tell You? And this was back in 2023. And, she had hits on there like Caliber and Double Back and ICU. No Chaser is one of my favorites off of the EP. And the girls have been like falling in love with Coco Jones slowly but surely, if they haven't already. Like, she's been continuously putting out music since the release of that. She's continued to do like live appearances online, through social media, through award shows. I remember like most recently, last year she did the performance for like Usher's tribute at the BET Awards. She had like a little Christmas EP come out last year as well. She's had singles come out as well promoting a new album. There was Here We Go, Uh-Oh, which was a sample track. She also put out Almost There. This was like a Disney Princess Collection performance that she did with Walt Disney, paying homage to the Queen, Tiana. Um, she also had Sweep It Up, which we now know is a promotional single. Most Beautiful Design, which was her, London on the Track in Future. And then she did some remixes and live performances for Here We Go, Uh-Oh. And then she's back with a brand new single, Taste, which is also one of the lead singles for her debut studio album, Why Not More. Why Not More is dropping April 25th. And so far we know that it's 14 tracks. She's also confirmed that there's going to be 6 tracks on the deluxe. There's the deluxe coming. Um, and, 3 of the tracks that we know are out for the album are Taste, Here We Go, Uh-Oh, and then Most Beautiful Design. The girls was like excited for the album because the girls have been wanting an album from Coco. They think it's her time. And of course we had the Taste um single. Now, that Taste cover art, the cover art we got for that single, yeah, she ate that up. I was kind of like hoping that was gonna be like, as like, even though Taste would not make a good album title, I think the cover art would have been phenomenal for like an album. No shade. Um, the Why Not More album art is like cute, it's simple, but like Taste, oh, she looks sexy. She looks phenomenal on that art. Like incredible marvelous. Um and before I listened to the track, you know, I checked Twitter because like I'm on the side of like R&B Twitter, um, where like I get to see like everybody's opinions. Like I'm seeing, like I'll see people praise the track, I'll see people hate on the track, see people praise an album, I'll see people drag an album, I'll see people um praise an artist, I'll see people drag an artist, and obviously I kind of enjoy being in that place because it gives me a lot of things to talk about, especially here on the podcast. That's how I got to see people drag out Normani and me be like, y'all are very weird for this. And that led to the dopamine series on the podcast. It's on me dragging like how people responded to like Chloe and Halle's solo songs, which was why I did the "Why do you don't y'all like solo music" type thing. And this is also what motivated me to do this episode on Coco Jones because near immediately I saw a lot of people like hate on the track and like drag the track. I saw a lot of people were saying online that it was like a bad, like an awful track. There are also people like picking fun at the sample. Like a lot of people did not like some people online did not like the sample. I was about to say like everybody, but Twitter is a very small piece of the puzzle. Um, Especially nowadays under his ownership. Not too much. We won't go there. We can. And basically the I saw something crazy. Like I saw somebody on Twitter be like, "Oh, why did they have Zach Campbell say with a taste?" Like that is so crazy to say. Y'all are low down for that. And basically, like the girls was really dragging it, and I'm like, "Oh, like is it really this bad? Is it really this bad?" So I listened to the track a couple of times because y'all know how I do it. I'm not gonna listen to one track like unless it's a very awful track. I usually am not gonna listen to the track once. I'm gonna listen to it, re-listen to it. Same thing I do with albums. I want to make sure that I have a solid opinion on whatever I'm about to talk about, especially with music. You know, to make sure that like I can really stand on it. That's why if you ask me, oh, like after doing the dopamine videos, like, do you still think Normani had a really incredible like R&B album? I'm still gonna say yes. Um, are you still gonna stick with like how you feel about the album rollout? I've kind of shifted slightly on my opinion on that, but most of my talking points are still gonna be the same. Like I really try to stand on the shit that I be talking about here, y'all. But I listened to this track. At first, I was like, oh, like it's a cute track. Like Coco Jones has always been a great singer. There's no denying that. But I felt like I wasn't really sold on the. I was one of the people who wasn't originally sold on the sample. Like I feel like when it comes to at least like it's been a little bit since I listened to some Coco Jones music, so I had to be like, I was like this. I was like, oh, I don't know, because like I wasn't too sold on it. Now after re-listening to it and then also going back and listening to Here We Go, which I've listened to when it came out, and then of course going back to like What Did I Tell You and going back to that album. I and also re-listening to Taste again and like what sold me on Taste, not gonna lie, wasn't the song itself. It was the music video. The music video. Oh my gosh, the girls are not giving her like her tens on the music video. Like I saw some Chloe fans be like, Chloe and Halle fans be like, oh, like why are they in the Do It box? I feel like multiple artists have been in the Do It box, um, taking some of those ungodly hour nachos. But y'all should like the girls be so defensive about their nachos, and it's just like maybe baby, the nachos, y'all realizing the nachos aren't reserved just for one group, guys. Like, come on now. The nachos are all for us to share. The nachos are it's a communal appetizer. The girls don't understand that. Cause like, girl, Chloe and Halle did not copyright the Do It box. The girls have been doing the Do It box. It just was really eating on Do It. Um, And then you had people criticizing like the choreography. Like I did see some people criticize the fact that like they didn't explicitly say Coco Jones's name or like mention Taste, but I most definitely am sure that they were talking about Taste here because I would agree with this take. There's a lot of people criticize. Well, there's someone who I saw criticize the choreography of the music video, talking about how a lot of R&B songs. Again, they did not mention Taste, and they were like, they didn't mention Taste, but I'm pretty sure this is about Taste because someone like in the comments mentioned Taste, and they was liking shit. Um, they were talking about the fact that how like choreography in a lot of R&B songs, no matter how slow the track can be or down tempo the track can be, a lot of people are doing fast choreo on the song. And that was one of the few critiques I had of the music video. Like she was doing choreo and the choreo was eating, don't get me wrong. But I felt like the song is very like more of like a slow jam type beat. I feel like a slower choreo would have eaten. Like that's one of the few critiques I had, but she was looking good. She was looking good. She looked fine in the music video, first of all. And then in the um and like the song itself like was really good generally as well. Like it grew on me. I like the track sister. And then again, like looking back at her other tracks, like it fits very similarly to how she approaches using samples in her songs. Like it is something that like this is a consistent thing that she's been able to do. So the girls, I don't know if the Britney sample got the girls jumping, got the girls scared or what, but she did good on the track, sister. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all trying to act like y'all not hungry. Y'all better eat this fucking food. But it also brings me to the point in which I feel like a lot of people hate R&B, even though they say they love R&B. Like a lot of people are willing to like throw um artists into like the pits of hell and see if they come out before they're like, oh, like I always liked you, because that's what the girls do to like everybody. And this is a consistent thread because I talked about this several times with different artists on this podcast. Um, the girls be throwing Normani into the fire for like everything with the album rollout, with everything like that. But I feel like if she does come out and like starts making music more consistently and starts giving us things, like the girls are fine. Like it reminds me of the fact that when she did like the Spotify like RBX performance last year, the girls like were complete. Like the girls did not give a fuck that there was no like visuals and stuff like that. It was like, girl, we get the performance. Like the girls was getting like it really doesn't matter as long as y'all getting something that y'all like. Same thing with like Chloe and Halle with the solo music, and like when they come back together, like the girls, there's a portion of their fan base that just refuses to stream like the solo music just because it's not their duo music, and it's just not that principle. It's not because the music is good or nothing like that. It's just that they're not trying to give it a chance. Um, I've seen countless people be like, "Oh, like Chloe makes nail tech music," which by the way I think is a colorist and anti-black um dog whistle, but we won't get into that. We can. Um, but when the girls collaborate with each other on like "Want Me" for the Trouble in Paradise album, or for "Soft Unlocked," the remix for Flo's "Access All Areas" album, the girls are gagging, but also like kind of questioning it because it's like they don't y'all don't know what y'all want for real when it comes to R&B. Y'all don't like the genre like that, like y'all really should. Now, what I'm kind of worried about for Coco Jones bringing this back to her, because it's not about the other girls in this case, it's about Coco. What I'm kind of concerned about is just the singles that are attached to this. So, like, I feel like, and I think this just because I wanted Sweep It Up to be a part of this album, because Sweep It Up, I feel, is a slept on track. The girls should have tapped into Sweep It Up a little bit more than they did. Because this album, with the tracks that we're seeing, I'm not kind of sold off the three tracks that we have so far. Because most beautiful design, Coco, I love you, but that track is trash. I'm so sorry. Like I don't know why this is on the album. Take it off. Here we go. Oh is a good track, and Taste is a good track, but again, those are like sample. Those use samples and interpolate samples. So I'm worried. Like our first impressions, I'm like, is this the whole album? Like, is this what it's giving? Like, I'm scared. But digging through, because I love to do some research when I can do it. You know, if I'm not trying to hop off on topic quickly, um, or if it like comes to me, because like I love doing some research. I love digging through when I want to like talk about a topic. I was able to listen to some of the like I heard some of the snippets and stuff for the unreleased tracks, which I've also heard her talk about some of the unreleased tracks, and I'm gonna trust the process. I think now I'm gonna trust the process because like she she definitely got it. Like I think Coco has it. We just gotta let her cook. I wonder if we're gonna get another single this month in March, since it is the first. It is the first. Um, but we will see. All in all, I like the taste. I like the taste song. I like the taste song. The girls who was overreacting about it, I think they'll come around to it eventually, especially once the album comes out. Like, I think the girls just love to talk and argue, but that's what Twitter's for, am I right? That's my thoughts on Taste and the Why Not More album so far. I will probably do a review on the project when it comes out. Um, but yes, I hope you guys are doing well. It's certainly been a minute since I've been on the Cake Radio Show. Um, I definitely have missed it. Don't get me wrong, I've absolutely missed like being on here. Like it felt odd taking a break because for me, I feel like I've talked about this before. There like usually when it's like I take a break from YouTube and stuff like that, like it part of me feels like missing. Like part of me is like missing and it's apparent. Like it's like, oh, I could get up and go like record a podcast episode or like write a script or do something like that. And if it's like I'm taking a break on either of those, it's like, oh, but I'm trying not to do that right now. And it feels like so awkward. Like it's like I need to be in the studio. Like that's just what makes me happy and makes me excited for a lot of these things. So I'm glad to be back. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Cake Radio Show. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube where you get episodes before anyone anywhere else. And if you are listening to this on your favorite podcast platforms, because we are on, I will say it about 99% of podcast platforms. Thank you so much for listening. I will talk to you guys later. Be sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications on. And yeah, that's it. Sounded a little bit rusty, but we'll get back to the groove. I'll see y'all next time. Bye bye.